Hey guys, welcome back to my Final Fantasy Let's Play, Part 10. I'm not sure, maybe I'll stutter step my way to getting a chocobo. I don't know if the world encounters are a lot lower, like the other encounters, but I'm gonna stutter step my way across. I don't really need a battle. My XP's on par with what it should be. So I will clean this whole marsh out when I come back to it. I don't plan on leaving any frogs in it this time because the time I get to come back to this marsh will be a long time, so no point. I just noticed I still have trouble left on Zidane. I guess it's just Zidane. I'm just gonna leave it. He'll survive. Maybe I'll rest that name. I don't know which side I come out of this marsh in, but that's where I parked my chocobo. Probably totally opposite side, but that's okay. So yeah, Mogster's in every marsh, I guess. Certain marshes are easier to catch frogs in than others. This is probably one of the easiest. Just from the amount of spots the frogs come out of the water, in my opinion. They will run when they see you, but a lot of the times their second jump will be on land. Unfortunately, I'm not getting to showcase that because they are all kicking my butt. So yeah, like this one stayed on land for his second jump. It gives you a lot of opportunity to match where they are. Almost all their spots they sit. The way I walked there, it actually made him jump, even though I had no chance of covering him when he was position where he was. I don't actually know what the item is giving me. I don't think it's very good. You might think it's probably easier to do with the speed up booster, but it's hard to control how fast you're moving with the speed up booster, and the fact that the frogs will be moving the same speed, I can't imagine trying to do the frogs with the speed up booster. Probably be way harder. And that's all of them. I'm not gonna fight any of the monsters in the marsh. I'm just gonna get out. You can probably learn extra magic abilities here, but I don't really use Quina as one of my main damage dealers, so unfortunately she gets neglected. I just don't like her damage range on her melees. It's too much. The possibility of her getting such low damage is just disappointing. You could use Quina for frog drop. It's a pretty decent spell, depending on how many frogs you have. You do a certain amount of damage, but it only picks up once you have max frogs. So it's another one that even if I get 99 frogs, it'll take me a long time before. I don't remember what's in this item box. So Diamond Gloves is a pretty decent upgrade. Period is what we had for Ramen. So not Ramen. And I don't have Freya or Steiner, so the Diamond Gloves don't matter. Conde Pite. Badai. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. basically their greeting is Rally Ho. It's on meme level at this point. There's quite a few stashes of money around. I'm not sure if I know where all of them are. But I'll get the ones I know. And honestly, I have so much money it doesn't matter. They talk kind of funny. I don't know if I understand most of it, I'll be honest. Quinn still doesn't understand that things cost gil. I don't know why. Poor Quinn. So our next party member, meet shortly. I don't think there's anything in here. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Well, that should get rid of the status effect on Zidane if it is trouble or not. I don't recognize the symbol, so I'm just guessing it's trouble. There's an item right up here. There should be... Oh, I thought you could get down the other side. I'm gonna throw this in T. I'm not very comfortable with the amount of items around here, so there could definitely be a whole bunch. I'm just kind of going into areas I see that would make sense for items. I knew there was one on this staircase. I think there's one just out here. I'm going to talk to them first. So unfortunately we have 3 mod mails. I think if I miss one, then I might end up having to overwrite one of them. I think there's an item in one of these corners, so I didn't mean to walk there. Okay, maybe it's behind this, these two. No? Yeah, okay, that's where it was. So I apparently have to wait till they're gone before I can grab that. That's okay. So she sells normal items, and I think this is the blacksmith here. The mithril fork is a huge boost in Quinna's attack, so definitely grab that. Magic Armlet isn't that great, but I definitely want to have a bunch. Ritual Hackett's counter, that's great. So I thought I bought Magic Armlets, I guess you can't learn. I don't need to save. Just trying to think in my head what else I need to do. I probably should have talked to these guards at the passage here to allow us to understand that we can't leave unless we perform a ceremony, and the ceremony's a marriage. But I don't remember exactly what I have to do to push the story along, so I probably have to start with Vivi here. And then I probably have to find Garnet. Oh, I probably needed to watch this ATE to get those two to move away from the corner. Oh, a black mage, I totally forgot. That's who we're waiting for. So I forgot before we even leave this this village here, we need to go visit the black mages. So I guess I can't grab the gill right now, but I'll go back and check just in case. So basically we found out the black mages trade items for food here. Seeing as they're in the corner still, I'm assuming I can't get it. I think there's another cache around here somewhere. Okay, so there is, but she's not gonna let me grab it. Unfortunate. So they're just in this forest. You can actually see it from the cliffside. It's a little sort of, I guess, mini game to get to them. I believe the sign gives you a hint of going where the owls don't go, but we'll fumble our way through the forest. It's just one screen. So he walked right, so I'm gonna walk right. I guess I didn't walk far enough. So the owl left on the right side, so I'm gonna go on the right side again. This is just my guess of how it worked. It's been a long time. So since the owl left this side, I went back here. And I think I got that first try. So seeing as I saw him, I didn't need an owl to tell me. If this is the monster I think it is, I'm going to try to eat him. And he is. He gives us White Winged, which will give me, maybe win a healing spell. I'm going to start an attack with Sidane, and then I'm going to try to eat him. I don't know how much health this monster has, but I imagine it's more than Sidane's 2 hits combined. It'll probably be a long fight. I'm just going to push it with Vivi and Garnet for damage until I can get it. Actually see how much damage was done, but pushing it about 200 every time. So that's a random counter he can use. It's not too bad. It's really not even much damage, so I'm not gonna care about it. So this is the spell we'll get. It's called White Wind. And it's a heal spell. I'm gonna attack with Sidane. It's probably ill-advised. I might kill it, seeing as it already used White Wind. Its health is probably quite low. But it is what it is. If I don't attack with Sidane, I won't catch up to it with White Wind until it runs out of mana. And unfortunately I don't have a magic hammer to lower its mana anyways. So this fight could go on for a very long time if I didn't start pressing it with Sidane. Hopefully he's in a quarter or less health at this point. I don't really have much to say about this fight. It's very straightforward. I primed Garnet and Eevee for an attack, so he's not going to push the counter too much. But I am afraid of killing it, so I'm not going to attack once I name again. I'm going to heal with Garnet. I don't want Eevee to die. He is very squishy. 600 max health. Oof. So I think with the items Garnet is wearing, she's immune to all wind attacks, which is pretty much all the attacks he has. And we have Whiteman. So Quina can act as our offset healer. And all the owls are gone, so we're now going into the forest. So because they were used as weapons of war, they're very afraid of humans. They don't want to be subjugated anymore. So these were all the survivors of our little fiasco of stealing the cargo ship, and all those barrels fell off when the Black Bolts attacked, and they were full of black mages. So most of them are here, I imagine. They came this far away because they didn't want to be part of war. Oh man, I'm gonna miss an ATE here, I'm sure. They're so scared. So it feels so bad. So you can run into your characters, they're all over. So this is just the normal weapon shop. He'll sell items to you. I'm gonna buy an extra one of each of these, because I think we can make a new weapon for Zenny. I'm just seeing if there's anything useful here. I didn't notice. No, he doesn't have wrists, but he has steeple pads, so I'm sure later on in the game this is where you do your cotton rope trick if you want. I'm only going to have 3 survival vests. They're not that great. They do look better in stats, but it's not that big of an upgrade. So I'm going to go to the Moogle here, just in case I can deliver mail, and get away from my full mail. So I'm going to avoid pushing the story through, trying to get all the ATs I can here. I mentioned it earlier, but I was way off the last playthrough I did. I was like, I think 9 or 10 ATs off, and I watched most of them, so I didn't avoid any on purpose, that's for sure. But there's probably more hidden ones, like the one that was in Trino. Oh. Okay, I don't want to throw away any of them, I just want to see where they are. So Kupo will be in Alexandria. Susana, I don't remember where. I'm not going to throw any away, I'll just come back here later. Because I don't want to have to find the Moogles I already have letters from. They may have changed spots, or I might not even remember where they were. So, I'm sure I missed delivering mail I could have done, and I just didn't know where they were, which is unfortunate. So, Quina found the Chocobo egg, and she wants to eat it. Okay, so this is just a normal item shop. I just want to see if I need to sell anything, we are filling up on potions, so I don't want to hit the max. Just because it's an already message every time. We're still decent on ore, so I don't need to sell those. I'm gonna organize my inventory here. Probably should have waited till after I went to the synth shop. Oh, too serious. Honestly, I'll only grab stuff I don't have at this point. So I'm gonna go grab an extra Stardust Rod. And I have one of these already. Anklet and a Maiden Ring. So I'm not even gonna worry about a Reflect Ring until later. We can buy one from Trina in the auction house, but it's quite overpriced. I think we can honestly find one later. So I might not even buy one. I didn't mean to pop that. I was trying to mash. I thought there was an item right in this corner. So we can see this chest over here. Thought there was a hidden item too. Somewhere. Maybe it's just, I was remembering it wrong and it was the one under the stairs we got. Or under the ladder, I guess. So we have gotten most of the items hidden around here. The only one I've left is the Constellation, and it's in the inn. I could have grabbed it later, but seeing as I was grabbing stuff now, it's around here somewhere. There we go. And Virgo, perfect. So I'm gonna go find Vivi now, and we'll push the story along. And there he goes. So you could go and talk to the Black Mages and figure out why he's upset, but the game will explain it anyways. So seeing as you could have found out at this point, I'm just going to let you know. Basically, he finds out that the Black Mages only have a certain length of time to live. They're not immortal. And it's quite a bit shorter than humans. It's like a year or two. Because he's a very old model, they can't tell him how long he's going to be alive. They call it stopping, because they just don't understand yet. And then they go about basically a life lesson about living and dying, which went over my head as a kid. And here they're just going over Vivi finding a place to live, and he might not journey with them anymore. But they aren't taking Vivi's feelings into account. Here you get to see a bit of Cydane's past, and you find out he doesn't even know where he's from. The only thing he remembers is a bright blue glow, so he assumed it was the ocean. I don't know if that's Hitball or not. I think it is. They must have been visiting Lindblum. Sorry, not a blue glow, a blue light. Whatever. So you find out also Baku is his adopted father. He didn't raise him very well. He beat the crap out of him, apparently. Apparently he was smiling after he beat him up, but he finally found a place to call home. So he thinks that's what Vivi's looking for. just going into more life lessons about living and dying, being afraid of dying. So I wanted to buy a Stardust rod for one of the Sin, and I just realized I forgot, so I'm going to grab one, head back to the Sin's shop before we leave. So they immediately thought without talking to Vivi that he was going to stay. I don't know why. So I'm just going to throw equipment on for now. So I'm going to leave the Mage's hat on just so I don't lower his damage. So for the first few weapons on Quina's side, they all have high tide, so it doesn't really matter. So her attack might seem huge, but honestly she'll probably end up doing most of the time lower damage than Sidney. I'm gonna check out the rest of her gear. I'll leave all that. So I ended up using 2 Mithril daggers, and I still have one. Must have got quite a few in the game. I like to have at least one on hand just in case I run into a Sin's shop where I can't buy what I need. And there are certain items like the Javelin where you can't buy more, so I think I bought a bunch at the beginning. And it is used in Synthesis, but you can't buy anymore, so apparently I only have one left, which is unfortunate. We'll need one later for a Sin. If I see a shop that's selling Javelins, I'll buy some more. I should have done it earlier. I probably just forgot from redoing my videos and got mixed up. Oh well, it's not that big of a deal. It's just my personal preference, really. I don't know which Chocograph I'm gonna get next. I honestly think the next one will be a new one, so there's no point in putting any of them on. I don't know if you can actually turn them off afterwards. I'll try in a second when we get to Conde. Oh. Okay, so you just have to hit cancel to get it off your screen. Perfect. So we're still searching for Kuja. Our only hint is past, or towards Sanctuary is what they call it here. Unfortunately, they're all still blocking where I want to go and grab items. I don't know how to proceed, so I'm just going to ignore it. So we have to go find His Holiness. No one's told us yet that the way through is it's basically a honeymoon after the marriage. And we'll find out later why it's a holy place for these people. So we're gonna get married to Garnet just so we can get to Sanctuary. Otherwise we can't get through. We can also marry Vivi and Quina, but you don't have to. So Zidane starts having an existential crisis here, just because he thinks she should be complaining about this marriage. She doesn't take it very seriously, so... He starts thinking when he was talking about himself in the village that she started liking him. I don't think she isn't anymore at this point. I don't think it made that much of a difference. I'm not even sure she connected the dots that the story was about him. So I'm not going to get Vivi and Quina married, just because it will waste a whole bunch of time. But you could select this one and then they could get married. But it plays out very similarly, where when we go see the twins, something happens and they can sneak by. Rally ho. So this is our first official sighting of our next party member. And basically she's been stealing food from the town. And that was why Quina was being blamed for being a thief. So I don't know if I have access to equipment here. If I do, I'm going to take equipment off of Quina because we're going to lose her very shortly. And honestly, her equipment's not that great, but I kind of want the robe and the shoes. Obviously, her weapon's fine. No one else can use it anyways. And here's Eco. So I'll be running around like normal, picking up items. I need to pick up 4 colored stones to get a moonstone. So she makes a weird comment about us as people not having horns. So her people actually all have horns so they can communicate with us, their summons. So she has a complex about being a little girl, and she thinks she's all grown up. She's not really my favorite character in this game, but I don't know a 6-year-old who thinks she's this mature. Oh, it lasted all of 2 seconds. Nice try, Zidane. I'm gonna keep the glass because it's quite a useful spell. I don't know if she has Cura. So she has Cura, so I'm not gonna care about Cure for now. I'm gonna throw Magician's Robe on. So Fenrir is one of her summons. I'll leave that on for her. So she's quite close to our party's level, so it looks like I'm about the right level I should be. I don't remember how to get the moonstone. I know there's 4 colored stones around here I need, and they're usually in like little idols, like this thing. So I have the blue stone now. So I think I just saw one underneath me. Yeah, right there. So I think that one has a stone as well. So there's a Moogle here with Stiltskin coming up. I am hoping that he will have receive the Mogmail I have here. Just because I'm so full on Mogmail. I must have missed some. I don't think you should be totally full at any point. So you can grab a Hoggle here if you're fast enough. I was not. No problem, bud. I did not mean to talk to you again. So Susanoo was one of the ones. I didn't remember where she was. I don't know if she has another male. Okay, so that ends that quest line. I'm debating running back to grab the male. I'm going to do it. It's probably a bad idea, is why I'm having a debate about it. Because I'll be back up to 3 male, and I'll probably start another quest line for Mock Male. You know what, I'm not going to do it. No, I'll just remember that I need to go back to Black Mage Village, and I will later on to start a Mog Train. And I'll probably have to start looking up where these Loogles are. At least I know where one of them is, and that's Kupo. Maybe I don't normally pick up, I want to call him Kupo as well. Kupo's older brother. Maybe I don't normally pick up his male. But I don't remember. We will be in a fight momentarily. And it's not really a great fight for us. The hardest steal in the game is here, and I think I alluded to it earlier. So we could steal the fairy flute from the next boss. I know without Bandit it's a 1 in 255 chance to get it, but I don't think it's really that much better with Bandit. So I'm not going to care. I'll probably steal 3 or 4 times, and I'm going to be continually attacking. I'm going to focus with Vivi a few times just to up his damage. I don't think I have any magic damage from Eco yet. So she could summon to do damage. I'm not going to be summoning with her, just because it's so slow. I didn't mention this earlier, but Eco's also another way mage, just like Garnet. So this won't be a very dangerous fight, I hope. So he has 2 other items that aren't as hard to steal. That's my goal for this fight. A fairy flute would be nice, but definitely I would prefer waiting than spending. I know people have spent over an hour trying to get it, so it's really not worth the time. But some people like that perfect playthrough. So I think I'm going to focus 3 times, and then I'm going to continue on the fight. So I don't think his Earthquake's going to kill us in 1 shot, so I'll wait to heal. So unfortunately for him, Zidane has a very high evasion, so his melee attacks won't hit that often. I wasn't counting my focuses, so I don't I use Kira with Eco just because it'll full heal everyone. Honestly, I think she's a better healer than Garnet, but it's really debatable. I'll explain why I think she's a better healer later, or if she hits trance, and then I'll go into why Garnet's a bad healer later on. And it's basically plot point that makes Garnet a lower tier healer in my mind. Okay, we're gonna start doing damage with Vivi. I'm not gonna deal damage with Zidane unless Vivi's damage is really low. But I really think you can do decent damage at this point with the amount of focuses I threw out. So I'm gonna be using Bio because it's a strong spectre. We'll see how it goes. It's not a bad number. I don't know how much health he has, but he's our bosses are starting to pick up an HP anyways. Oh, I thought I grabbed Garnet for damage, not damage, for healing. Just because Eco took a little bit of damage, but not enough to warrant the Kira. So I know I got 1 steal so far, and there should be another one I can get. I really am not expecting to get a fairy flute. Apparently I'm not going to get the other item, or maybe I got it earlier while I was cleaning the kitchen. I'm just going to start attacking that side before ending the fight here. Never mind. So they had a lot less than Health Lieutenant already did. I expected it to be closer, maybe not as much, but yeah, I expected it to be closer at this point. I didn't expect to get so many levels. I'm sorry about how loud that was. I didn't know that was coming. So we learned that Eco's people actually call Sanctuary the Aoife tree. It's really apparent in this version with the text that it's an Aoife tree, but a lot of people call it the Litha tree because the I looked like L in the other version. So I don't have anything to learn from there. I'm gonna keep the Protect Ring on Zidane. I probably should move it over to Eco to learn half MP or Garnet. I don't really have any better items to give her. Okay, what does he need? I'll throw fairy earrings on him. I didn't know he could wear them. I thought it was a female-only item. I guess she doesn't have ability up. I should worry about ability up first, so I'm throwing a silk robe on her. So auto regen is super helpful that she has low health. We'll keep that on her for now. I don't know if there's really anything I need to worry about abilities for everyone else. So I've got 2 or 3 of the stones. I don't remember. I think 3 actually, and this should be the last one I need. So we'll head back and put all the stones in to turn it into a moonstone. I believe it's a moonstone. I could be wrong, and then I don't know where the 4th moonstone is, but I'm pretty sure. I don't know why the moonstones are so rare. Like, ability-wise, it's not that great. Where's the moonstone? Oh, I probably have my only moonstone attached to Steiner, I think. Well, I'll grab one in a second, and we'll see. I know one of them's Beast Killer, and I can't remember what the other ability is. So basically all you have to do is you have to put in all the stones, and it turns into a moonstone at the back. So yeah, Shell and Beast Killer, you can get Shell a multitude of ways, so it's whatever. Beast Killer, you can also get, it might just be earlier at the beginning that you can get it with the moonstone on everyone. I'm gonna check the time on my recording, just a second. Okay, so we've only been going for about 45, so I'll keep going. We'll push a bit of the storyline in Eco's village, and then we'll save. So I think I got every item in the pass, but I definitely could have missed one. The random encounters here aren't too bad, but with the PC HD version, we obviously didn't run into any. I will have to start pushing my XP soon, just so I have a better survivability rate, and we'll decide whether or not that'll happen at the Aoife tree or not. It's a pretty easy place to level. A lot of the things are either made of stone or undead. And seeing how many levels we got off of that last boss, I guess. I don't know if it's a boss technically because you did get XP, or if it was just a normal mob, but we're definitely in an area where we can level a bunch more. So this is I can't remember, the summer in our village, and basically it's only populated by eco and mogs at this point, or Moogles. This Moogle with the yellow pom-pom instead of red, he's the same age as Eco, and they're best friends, so he always stays with Eco. Unfortunately, he's a coward, so when she was stuck, he ran away. So here we find out that Eco is really longing for company, and interprets that as her falling in love with Sidane. Oh goodness, what a doofus. So I won't go into their whole team aspect of this. It's a little really fanficky kind of thing. I don't want to talk about that. Alright, we're gonna push the AT. Every AT I get, I'm gonna grab. So, Vivi's in his own crisis of what it means to stop living. They go pretty hard in this game. I guess they want to seem deep. But I'll get into it later, how the story is not that deep, just because of the way it ends. I think the story up till now has been amazing. So I didn't mention this, but there is a constellation coin I just grabbed there. I think it was Libra. So I probably could have pushed another ATE if I went in a different direction, but I wasn't thinking. But we'll be in town for a while. So, Garnet starts adding 2 and 2 together and understands that it's really weird she's a summoner, and there's no other summoners around her. She starts figuring out that this must have been where she came from. So we can try to go into the house, and we can't make it, so it'll push an ATE about Eco. There's a few of them here. It has a fun little mini game about cooking. So I'll try to read the text a little bit more than I usually do, just to get a better outcome. You can actually use the autograph I grabbed inside and put it in your cooking, and everybody will hate it. So here we're deciding what to make. We decide on a stew and some fried fish, I believe. So I don't think it matters which way you do it, but basically, this is the smallest Moogle. This is the medium, and this one's the big one. So I'll give him fishing because that's probably the physically hardest one. And digging potatoes isn't easy either, so I'll give it to this guy. And the little one's gonna help me with cooking. So obviously they put that backwards just to throw you off a little. I can talk to that Moogle again, but I think I need to talk to Dagger to push another ATE. I guess I was wrong. So I gotta talk to that Moogle and then, or try to enter again, I guess. And they'll let us go see the Adolin Wall. You can try to enter again, but the Moogle that's helping with cooking will stop you. And here we can do more help with the kitchen cooking. So I'm just counting the amount of people. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we need at least 10. Later on we learn that you should cook for more people than what you have. So I'm going to cook for 11. I think the number you should be doing is 12, but I'm not 100%. I don't want to cook for too many, so 11 will be what I do. Later Quina will help us with cooking. So here's where you can add the Ogolop or not. Unfortunately it is the first option, so you can definitely add it by accident if you're button mashing, which I usually do. So it's nice that I'm not doing Let's Play where I'm going with slow text. Oh, I should have told them to pull that. I was sort of reading it, but I was still in the middle of talking. If you had pulled that fish up, it was actually Quina. It doesn't make sense to me why your first option would be tell him to let the fish go, but yeah. We'll still get Quina here, I believe, but she just won't help. Oh, we told the Moogle that we're gonna go get Garnet to see the Adolin Wall as well. So the more we're in this village, the more Garnet starts to remember about it and realizes she must have been from here. So we learn the first cutscene of the game, where what looks like Garnet in a boat is actually her mother, and they escaped from here probably, what, 15, 16 years ago when Garnet was a baby. So now she just spends time at the murals. You can go venture in the village. There's nothing I can do at this point in there. So Eco Kitchen number 2. I think I messed up and don't have Quina's help. Luckily she does notice that it's not hot enough. Quina's solution would be to get BB, so apparently Eco is smart enough to understand she needs baby's help. And here's Quina, guys. So she first thinks it's Kuja, just because of what she's wearing. So this is the Moogle that normally guards the Adolin Wall, so he's pretty protective of it. He's not happy that we were by the wall. So I think it is time for dinner, so we'll head there. I don't know why Quina's not here, but I guess it's just seating arrangement just sits everyone here in this party. So here we learn that she's the only summoner who's left, and it's been a long time since she was a natural disaster. I guess it was only 10 years ago. So Garnet would have been about 6. I thought she was just a baby when they left. So she starts quoting one of the famous plays from Mist Continent. You can actually find the script for some of the plays in this little area here. I'm gonna grab both treasure chests first, and I think the bookshelf beside Garnet is where you can find some of the plays. I'm trying to actually grab the pot, but I think you can only grab it from a certain point, and I think it's right here. So I don't remember much about the story left in this town. I don't think it's very long. think we end up leaving. So Quina just keeps telling him to catch more fish. Apparently Quina told us that the fish that aren't surrounded in the mist are much better tasting, so she's gonna keep eating them. Oh, okay, so we sleep before we head to the Aoife tree. So Vivi's still thinking about life and death. I think this is too big of a conversation for a game like this, but it is what it is. That's what they decided. Excuse me. So somehow she's hearing Zidane because of his conversation with Vivi, and she, for some reason, takes it like he's talking to her. I don't understand why. I think it just said tinkle instead of tickle, which is weird. Pretty sure they meant tickle. I wasn't reading the text, but from my knowledge, it sounds like he's supposed to be tickling Vivi to make him feel better. So here we learn the barrier around the Aoife tree is actually a summon, and we'll need Eco's help to get it back instead of trying to smash our way through. I don't think I have any items to change. I just popped it open assuming I would. Just gonna stutter step my way back to the pass, and we'll take the other exit. We couldn't take this exit earlier, we had to go bring Eco home first. There's nothing to do the pass anymore, it's just our way through. And luckily they made it nice and easy to get back and forth. The only problem with stutter stepping is it ups my chance of running into a friendly monster. Just because, I'll explain how friendly monsters work. Basically you have to be on the map for about 20 to 30 seconds before you have a chance to run into them. And like the Ragtimer, I believe stutter stepping doesn't stop you from running into friendly monsters. So there would have been like the friendly monster, and I don't remember whether or not she wants an ore or if she's into the actual gems at that point. So you can do all those things, but at the end of the day you have to ask Eco how the seal works. It's just like the barrel with the poke sword option. It's nice that it's there right in the beginning. There's a few more instances of that in this game. And with that ruby we can now summon Carbuncle with Eco. I think she's still working on Fenrir, so I'm not going to use any summons, but Carbuncle will, he'll add Reflect. His first ability will be Reflect. It'll depend on what gem you're holding for what ability he'll use. So this is definitely a random encounter zone. I probably won't run into one just because of how low the random encounters are on PC. So, it is what it is. I would have preferred to run into a few, especially the stoned monsters, just because I can throw a soft and end the fight. And this was the guy I was talking about. I think he gives decent XP as well, so if Zidaine's first, I'll steal. If not, I'll just throw a soft. And lucky for me, I get to steal as well. It'll probably be a soft is what he steals. Not too bad of a damage. A bit high on Beauty and Eco, but yep, I got a soft to get back. So basically, any stone monster, if you use soft on them, they will be too soft to live. That's the message that comes up, and you auto win the fight. Decent XP for ending it in one turn. I'm gonna use Cure from Dagger. Wow, that was pretty unlucky, I guess. So these guys are weak to holy magic or healing. So I'm just gonna kill them with Eco, and I meant to target the enemies, but apparently I'm really useless. So yeah, they'll take probably another hit from Eco as well, because Cure is not much of a damage dealing spell. That's okay. We won't run into that many fights in here, and the boss won't need that much mana, so not a big deal. Hopefully he'll give a lot of AP though. She did a lot more damage with Cure than I expected, so we might wrap this up with a buyout. I assumed it was half damage compared to the heals, but I guess not. They still ended up surviving, but they'll put the wiped out here. So when you kill an undead monster with a holy or heal type spell or item, it takes a little bit longer for them to die. I don't know why, but it's just how it is. If we run into any strong monsters, I'll end up using an elixir instead. I think there's a guaranteed encounter, but I think that'll end this video. I'm going to see. Yeah, that's been over an hour. Well, thanks for joining me. I hope you join me for the next part. Bye.